Happy Sunday, guys! Clayton Allen here, the host of the Day Trading Plumber and founder of Allen FX. So, if you're new to my YouTube channel, which I love hearing from you guys, every Sunday I go through all the currency pairs we trade here at Allen FX, all the majors and crosses. We plot support and resistance zones, not just lines, but we plot support and resistance zones for probable areas of reversals on the daily chart. Now, it doesn't mean as soon as price gets into there, we're instantly selling or buying. It just heightens our awareness when price gets there, and we look to use the strategies that I teach in my courses over at allenfx.com. So if you're interested in continuing on and learning the strategies that I use every day on my own live accounts in my Telegram channels, which you can join there too, jump on over to allenfx.com. I think I have the link somewhere in these. I do so much posting, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure the link's down below. And don't forget to check out my podcast, new episodes every Sunday, where you can catch me and producer Matt BSing about trading and all sorts of other stuff. It's pretty entertaining. So go check that out. There's also the link down below. All right, let's not waste any more time, and let's jump on the charts. All right, so guys, I use TradingView charts. No big secret. If you don't like them, sorry. But if you're not using TradingView charts, give it a shot. Go ahead and try it out. It's free. Nothing to lose here, but getting better charts. All right, so let's go over to Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Looks like I have an active trade on this. Let's go to the daily chart. So just so you guys know, I don't pre-screen this video. I'm not trying to trick you guys, and you know what you're seeing right here is my exact initial reaction from where the charts are before the start of the week. So I get rid of my prediction arrows from last. So guys, I still like this resistance area. I think we're setting up for another really good trade right here. I like it back to R2. Yeah, let's not do trades. Let's just do arrows. So I'm liking this short this week. Got a lot of junk on the charts. All right. Yeah, I'm liking this pair short. It's probably going to fall true with all these Australian lead pairs. We'll see. But we've crossed over the 200 EMA. We haven't tested it again. So that's why I think we have a really strong resistance, a lot of downside. We can't seem to break this make or break, so that would be a really good take profit target one. And then, you know, we might get this good push down all the way down to this bullish zone. Big move, though. Remember, this is the daily chart, so I'm going to be looking short on this pair this week. Australian dollar, Swiss franc. You know, I'm thinking long. We've just tested that make or break zone, the 200 EMA. I'd like to see price get pushed back up into here before I'd be a really strong seller. Australian dollar, JPY. Kind of the same thing, guys. We blew through R2. Have a really good resistance area. I think what I want to see is that push, and then we will be a seller from up there. I have an alert all the way down here in case we get a good push down, would be a buyer. But I think we're going to get more push up to that top resistance, and then we'll be looking for that sell. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. I had a great trade on this last week, right there. Price just is kind of hugging the pivot. So here on the daily chart, there's really no direction. We're just stalling out right here in this make or break zone. But you know, smaller time frames, we were hitting some scalp trades last week that did pretty well. Australian dollar, US dollar. Okay, so we've got a good resistance area. We're just kind of hugging this make or break zone. Nothing too surprising here on the daily chart for us to be jumping on. I will, however, if we test this area again, I will be a seller. I'm looking for that good drop. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. All right, so we were looking for a. All right, we were looking for a test of this trend line. We got into it, right? Because we saw this pin bar daily candle. And guys, now broke through that trend line, but you guys know I respect trend lines about a third of how I respect horizontal lines. So I like this bounce. I like it long. I'm not putting in a rollover trade on that original trade. I'm just going to let it ride out. I think we're going to get a really good bullish week out of this pair. So that's what I'm hoping for. Canadian dollar JPY. So we're sitting right on support right now, guys. So not a bad time to start looking for a buy entry. If we pull up old Fibonacci retracement tool, we're sitting right at the halfway point. So that's pretty much why we targeted this as a bullish zone. It's in between the half and the 618. We had a rejection point there before, so we might just see a good continuation of that upward trend. Swiss franc JPY. Get rid of these old trades. All right, so we had a blow through R2. We came back to R2, and we blew through it back on the downside, and now we're retesting. I think what we're probably going to see here, guys, is, let's look at that, Fibonacci. So we're at the 382, okay? I think we might see upside pressure. Anywhere in this zone, I'm going to be a seller, right? I'm going to look as price rises back up. I mean, we're retesting R2 right now, which it might be as quick as bouncing off R2 to continue down. But I'm going to try to look for a really good sell entry anywhere on this up. And I love it down to that R alert. I love it. You know, these are long-term trade, guys. So I might take sell, little profit, sell, little profit, sell. But I think this pair is going to go for, it's going to test this 200 EMA and this bullish zone. By then, the 200 EMA might be a little bit higher. So definitely bearish this pair after we see this push back up. So you got to wait for that. EUR AUD. I'm still waiting, guys. Look at this. Boring, boring, boring. Just hugging S2. I'm waiting for a push down to our bullish area and then be a buyer, or a shot up into our bearish area and I'll start looking for sells. But right now it's just in between. So we broke through our make or break zone. We came back up. I think this is a more appropriate make or break zone now. And I'm going to be looking for, I'm not going to be a seller unless we get up to here. Come on. And I'm not going to be a buyer unless we push down. So it looks like we're pretty close to this kind of move this week. So I'll be looking for that. Oop. That's what I'm looking for Euro Swiss franc. Let's get this out of here. Lots of prediction arrows. These charts are all messed up. So we've blown through our bearish zone. So, you know, I think we got to move this up, right? We're almost to R2, so I'm going to move this up here. I'm going to put an alert right at R2, 99.55. Wait, 91.370. I'm going to put an alert right there, and here's why. Okay. I want to see what it does at this R2. We didn't get there last week, so we might get that touch and come back to the pivot, which would mean we're going to break this nice trend line. If we go down to the hourly chart, typically where I trade that style, we are basically getting ready to test R2 with lots of divergence. The pivot is pretty tight, so not a lot of meat on that trade, but I think we have a really good short coming up. I think I'm already short this pair on my robot account, so I'm looking for a good area for me, the human, to get involved and try to shorten that pain of waiting out some of that drawdown. EURJPY. All right, so you could obviously see what we were targeting. We have a long bullish trend. We have a good pullback. We have a rejection at the halfway, and we got long probably a little late. So we're just going through a little bit of drawdown on this, right? This is probably a little bit more accurate, trade idea. I think we're going to come back up. It's still past zero. We're just going to have to wait it out a little bit. We have an alert down here because we were looking for the 618 entry. But once we got that rejection, I got hook snared in. Probably at the worst time, too. So I'm going to probably see another retest of this make or break zone, possibly even a push all the way down to where we should have entered before we see that good push up. So, not the world's best traders. Sometimes we get caught. Sometimes we get FOMO. This is a FOMO move. We see the bounce a little premature of where our target was. Good bullish candle. And we've been looking bullish. So we're like, man, I don't want to miss it. So we enter, right? And we get tricked. So now we got to fight our way through it. All right. Euro, New Zealand dollar. Let's get rid of some of that. So we blew past S2. We are just hugging it now. I'm looking for this before I'm a seller. And our bullish zone's all the way down here, which is based on this support COVID. These are COVID numbers over here. So we pulled out of COVID and we came racing back to pre-COVID numbers, and then now we're slowly coming back to where price was COVID. Euro, US dollar. All right. Let's get rid of it. So I'm still a seller from up here. If we get another test, you can see last week we were pretty good. We're kind of tested in this make or break zone right now. But I feel like there's quite a bit of bearish pressure on this. Obviously, we're going to need some decent numbers here in the U.S. On the COVID stuff. Europe is being reported to be doing a lot better at managing this process than the U.S. Don't really know what to believe anymore, but that will affect this pair. If we bust through this level up, we have a lot of upside potential on this pair, but I really think we're going to test this area and start to decline. We have a missed pivot down here, which is a really good target long term. Euro, Canadian dollar. We got a really nice channel to be trading from, and we're just nowhere close to those channels. So it's kind of a smaller time frame play on that. British pound, AUD. We are testing some really good support right here. What's going on here? Go away. So I think we got some bullish. We're perfectly ripe for a bullish buy trade on this. Now we're almost down to one of the lowest levels. We're reaching we're reaching pretty close to the lowest levels of July, at the bottom of Brexit here. So, I'm really looking for that bullish bounce. And that was the trade of the week on our free Telegram channel last week. We made 102 pips on that trade last week. So if you want to join the free Telegram channel, go on over to allenfx.com, fill out the form. Don't worry, I don't send a bunch of spam email. You will get information when I launch my new courses in the next, we're down to days. I'm just figuring out the website right now. And, if you want to learn more about my strategies, those courses will tell you everything. If you want to copy my trades manually on my Telegram channels, go from the website. All right. GBP CAD. So we're rejecting in our make or break zone right now. I feel like we're going to get a test of this S2. So I'm going to be right out of the gate short this pair. I don't know what's going on with this stupid thing. There we go. Aha! I love it when I figure stuff out. When I outsmart the computer. All right, GBP CAD. Downside out of the gate. GBP CHF. We busted through make or break. Now, we're getting really close to S2, so I'm going to see what happens there. If we break that and retest, I love it all the way down to this bullish zone, all the way down here. Like I said, the British pound is just getting beat up. So how long will that trend? Right here, we broke through make or break. We tested it, and now we're double bottoming or going to continue down. I like it down. British pound, NZD, same thing, guys. Except for this one, we actually took a trade on. And we are in some good profit, right? Last week, this was a call out. You would be sitting at 217 pip profit if you would have just listened to me and took the trade when we took it, right? Good retest of that bearish area. You get bearish. Now it's just a matter of being patient. I'm going to see what happens here. And then be a really good push all the way down to here. Trade of the year, guys. 1,000 pips. Ooh, where are we over here? British pound, US dollar. Let's see how the cable is doing. Oh, sorry about that. Again, downside, downside, downside. Okay, NZD, Canadian dollar, we are testing a bearish zone, so we are short this pair. Now, it's come back a little bit against us, so if you didn't get the original short, now's a good time to be looking at it. We're testing the tops of these again. And what I love about taking my entry on the backside of these zones, you can be very aggressive with that stop loss if you want to. But if you've been following me long enough, you know that if I'm in no margin trouble on my account and this is my first trade on the pair, I will typically just set a mental stop, right? I'll set a mental stop to alert me that, hey, your original trade didn't work out. Now, here on a daily chart, if I'm actually taking a trade from the daily, I will set a fairly tight stop loss looking one on here. Just because if it moves way up here, I want to be out of it. Okay. NZD CHF, bearish zone. We keep testing the top side of this make or break zone. I'm still looking for that push down into the bullish zone. NZD JPY, we're on the top of the make or break, so I'm looking for a bounce up or a breakthrough retest down to that level. NZD USD, same thing. I think we're going to get this push, this double top. If we put our Fibonacci retracement tool on, we're bouncing off the 236. Or we could bust out and come to the 382 or not. And then we're going to be a buyer from one of these retracement levels. But there's just nothing there yet. USD CAD finally making the break up. We're not in this trade, but I will be a seller if we get all the way up to this missed pivot. But I think this is the obvious target without we busted new highs. Is you look for a good entry and play this pair up to that pivot. USD CHF, same thing. We're testing this support. We're kind of trapped right here, but I'm going to be a buyer from here. If we get down to this support, I'll be a buyer. USD JPY. What a tricky pair. What a tricky pair. I'm in some sell trades on this on the Telegram Journeyman channel that we just are flirting with a little bit of drawdown on. Don't worry, really small position. I obviously was entering in on a smaller time frame, but I'm liking this rejection that we're seeing off this pivot. We might just see that push we need down. And then I will be a buyer from down here. That's what I'm looking for on USD Mexican peso. You guys know I don't actively trade this pair. I just like doing technical analysis on it. So we have a good support here. You can see last week we predicted this push up. We've stopped at the pivot. So it might be just time for that continuation down. If we do our Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, we're sitting at the 382. So that's where I would look for a double bottom here and look for that bounce up. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's Sunday setups. If you guys want to get more involved in trading, go on over to my website. I know I've plugged it a lot during this video. And guys, I would really love to have you as a listener on the podcast. It's growing every week. It's getting more and more exciting. Matt's giving me more and more shit. Sorry for cussing. But yeah, it's getting exciting. All right, guys, have a great Sunday and have a great week. And let's go make some money together this week. Okay? And happy 4th of July. I know it's a little early. But my favorite holiday over here in America, especially with how tough times are over here. I hope we could all come together and really celebrate how really good this country is. I know a lot of people think there's all this crap going on and we're a horrible country, but it's still a great place to live. We're not perfect, but that's enough politics for me. All right, have a great day, great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you on the charts during the week.